to you, you lovely person watching right now on a Wednesday. This is the Whensday Warm-Up with me, Lee, and the one and only Mr. Miller. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing exceptionally well this morning. Good morning to all our viewers, all our listeners, and I want to say good afternoon and good evening because we don't know where everyone is joining us, around the world.
The vision.
Shout out to you all for joining us. We're so excited for what's about to come in this show.
Yes.
And can't wait to get started.
I just feel like we need to give ourselves some props because we have some fire guests. We've been having them
week after week, we've been coming through
we've been chopping guests. Chopping the best of the best.
I think today,
people, I feel like people have been waiting in anticipation for this.
I posted something yesterday, actually, Leandra, on Facebook, and someone commented on my status, and they were like, "Hey man, you're scaring us with the Law and Order theme song, do 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 do."
I love it.
I got it.
I absolutely love it. You can see, but I'm also that person. I used to love crime and investigation, Law and Order, NCIS, CSI. I was the one there,
You were right
and I was
there.
always like, I would want to do this that these people are doing because they make it look so quiet. But today, our guest on today's show is going to tell us if it's fact or fiction. These things that we've been watching, is it
all
like that
along.
in real life?
Yeah.
Because that is what we want to get to the bottom of, right? So without any further ado, will you do the honors?
Oh, most definitely.
Please, Mr. Miller.
Most definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We have none other than Chadene August
Wow.
joining us this morning. Can we please have a round of
Pew, pew,
applause?
pew, 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 pew. Yeah, boy. That name is even so...
So,
It's gevaarlijk, man.
yeah, it's
Yesterday.
it just does that thing,
Yeah, it's what is it? Chadene August. It's SCA, almost CSA. It was almost CSI if your surname was. You see, have you ever thought of it that way, huh?
Oh, never. It's the first time.
But firstly, what a wonderful name. It's Warrant Officer, just by the way.
Oh,
Correction.
excuse me.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Put some respect on that
Sorry.
name. So tell us that name, first and foremost. You were telling Eldrin earlier, but I didn't hear. I was fixing something there about the Chadene part.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents love the name Chadene.
Yeah.
Lekker.
So, but they were very creative by giving me two of the same names, Chadene.
Oh my gosh, originality.
But we like with your mom because myself and Lee, we love music and we
do.
love Chadene the
We do.
artist. She's such a phenomenal.
It's just that velvet voice.
Oh,
Hey?
come on.
Big footsteps to fall there.
Yeah, so can you sing us something there, maybe?
Guys,
Just do
insurance,
something.
So tell us, firstly, it's interesting. I don't know why I'm stuck on your name, but do you know the meaning of your name, Chadene?
Well, my father's name is Dean. And my mother's second name is Cherise, so it was like, bam,
Hey,
Chadene.
your parents are just on this level of creativity, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Chadene and Chadene August.
So yeah, I think let us know where you from, Chadene. What's happening?
Well, I'm actually from the south, Zuidoord.
Zuidoord.
I grew up there, born and bred there, so I'm a south sider.
Hey, South Side.
Yeah, no, and I now reside in Pretoria.
Wow.
Because of
So now you're in the north side.
Yeah, I'm on the north side, the far north side.
Hey, man. Hey.
But the south is always home. It will always be home. So it's really a nice opportunity to come back home and, just be with the people that I grew up with,
Thank you so much for being here. We really love you.
You're welcome.
And then tell us, schooling career, which school did you go to? Are we asking too much to ask you when you matriculated? Is it giving age away?
We want to know, we want to know.
I'm a 2000, so
Okay.
yeah, I just recently matriculated.
Hey,
Oh,
wow.
for real?
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, so you must have been a bright child then to have so many years of experience in work already if you were 2000, baby.
I'm just joking. So I went to school at Sir John Adamson.
Okay.
I matriculated in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about 12 years ago.
Sure. Hey.
I don't.
I'm saying
cho, it's the
hey.
same, yeah. So basically, I finished in 2009, and that's when I went to Potch and I studied there.
Mm-hmm.
I done my first year. I was actually wanted to do biokinetics,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a change. Well, first of all, everything in Potch was Afrikaans, so I was like, I don't understand anything, so where am I going to go here?
English is already difficult to study in.
Yeah,
Imagine
so no,
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, so I'm just like...
You didn't watch Seven Dalane.
Every sentence you start is die blou van ons jammer.
Die hond, hy blaf.
Our mother's tongues are difficult. Eh?
So then 2011 came, and then that's when things changed within the family. So what got me into studying what I did is that we had death in the family, right?
Sure.
So it was my mother's brother. So we weren't so sure with the circumstances in which he died. So we were left with a lot of grief and no closure, you understand.
Sure.
So I kind of shifted my means of studying. So I went into a more health science, medical kind of, path, should I say.
Yeah.
So I left Potch in 2011, and then I university hopped to Wits. That's where I done my undergrad in human sciences. And then I further in 2014 went and done forensic anthropology at UP.
Okay.
So I further university hopped.
Yo, hey.
Wow.
But
Just a
there was a lady
University
that
hopping.
actually came, that she actually introduced it to me. I didn't know much about it because everybody always spoke about forensic pathology, which we all know is where they do autopsies and cause of death and manner of death. So that was a bit of a longer route. So then they said anthropology, you don't have to go through the doctor route. And it's kind of similar in that way, you understand. So I studied forensic anthropology, and then I got a job at SAPS in 2015.
Okay.
So I work under the section Victim Identification Center. So it's kind of self-explanatory what we do.
Yes.
So all the unknown victims within the mortuaries throughout South Africa, we try and identify them.
Yeah.
So basically, with my job, we try and find the family of the deceased, and then in that giving them closure.
Yeah.
So because as the family, we never got closure. So this is the way of finding closure with my uncle passing. So by doing for others, and so therefore doing my job. Because, you know, like I was telling Leandra earlier, it's not exactly a job where you just wake up and like, hey, I want to work with dead people.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was a difficult one, but definitely well worth it. The rewards are well worth it.
Yesterday, already the intro has already got
It's
me.
like-
Like, I said to the people, it's
like
gonna
already
be.
there.
And
you
I
know?
said it's going to be a hair-raising show. And truthfully, my hair is raising. And I'm not talking about this hair. It's the condition I'm in. You see,
Auntie Jackie's.
No, Auntie Jackie didn't come through today.
the Jabu stone. The Jabu stone is here.
But on a lighter note, we're going to go into the segment before we continue with your story, which is
Okay,
such
no
an interesting
problem.
story. And you've got so much to tell us.
Ooh,
hey!
yes,
I'm
I
ready
do.
to get into this. But can we get over now to the segment that we like to call Breaking News? Let's go, Mr. Miller.
Today's top stories, we have shot and killed bystander Mtokozizi Ntumba that was coming from a clinic. This is a student, a master's, recently obtained his master's student that was coming from the clinic from an appointment and got shot from the police because of protests that were happening with regards to NASFAs and students getting their funding. So this guy is a father of 3, and it is so sad to see someone of this caliber obtained his master's recently to lose his life.
What's his name? Kozizi.
Mtokozizi Ntumba.
We just want to say our deepest condolences to his family. This is indeed a tragic loss. And I'm sure Chadene deals with a lot of cases like this where families, many of them don't have closure, like you said. Like, for instance, if this was a case where this man went out, his family thinks that he's just going to the clinic and he never returns, but his body never gets found. Yeah, then that is something that you would jump in on in order to bring closure to 3 kids and a spouse, right?
Yeah.
Right, Aldrin?
100%.
So we just want to say our deepest condolences to the family out there.
Yeah.
And then next news story.
Well, Drake joins the Beatles and Ariana Grande as the only artist to reach epic Billboard chart records. So Drake's new EP has scared up some record-breaking Billboard results with the release of Scary Hours #2 on March 5th. And the Canadian rapper becomes the first artist to debut songs in the top 3 spots of the Billboard Hot 100 simultaneously. So
are you a Drake fan?
Number 1, 2, and 3.
Come on, Obi Graham.
So you a Drake fan? Are you happy to hear this? Do you have all his albums and stuff? Are you there on that level?
Not all his albums, but certain, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Whoa! Started from
And also,
this is a family channel.
And also the second, the third topic on our breaking news this morning is that not only is
I feel
this
like
guy,
we had this breaking news last week. Why must this guy keep coming up?
Because he keeps on breaking news. Yeah,
he keeps on breaking the internet.
So not only is he the most followed person on the entire surface of the earth, he is now also, he became the all-time leading goal scorer, breaking the world record and surpassing Pele's goal scoring record.
Wasn't this last week's breaking news topic?
No, he just became the all-time goal scorer within the number of games that he played. So I think it was 600 goals in 600 games.
Okay.
Yeah. So this week he has scored 770 goals, surpassing Pele's record of 757, if I'm not mistaken. So Cristiano Ronaldo is the best. However, there is someone that we do not know of, Joseph Baikan. Apparently, he is the top goal scorer in the world, but not many people are speaking about him because, I mean, if you were to score more goals than Pele, people wouldn't believe you, and Pele was like, to everyone watching, they know Pele was the biggest deal in the day.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, moving along to our last topic on breaking news, a 2,000-year-old biblical text found in Israel, first since the Dead Sea Scrolls. So basically, they found a 2,000-year-old scroll in the Judean desert.
Okay, so I heard this on the radio yesterday, and that's the reason why I got interested in the story. So, and this is in line with what you do, basically. Well, similar to what you do, as you do human remains, but they do like archaeology, where they dig up stuff. But would you say it's
so you see what happened with anthropology and archaeology. So when we do exhumations, when we go and dig up bodies, we use archaeological methods. In order to exhume the bodies.
I see. Okay, because the subheading on this article says that 6,000-year-old child skeleton also found in the Judean desert cave. 6,000 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the child must be very brittle. If you touch it, it probably just be dust.
Yes.
Wow.
Hectic. We want to get into that. We want to get into that.
We want to do a deep dive into all of that.
How do you do the things? We should have had that. Last week we on the show we had a cardiac technologist on, Jamie, and we did a little challenge with her. We had sweets in jelly. and she had to exhumate the sweets. Yeah. So we had to actually give you that challenge. The problem is, though, now that you mentioned like how brittle the bones were, and it would probably like maybe turn into powder. The you know those romantic sweets, those pink ones.
Yes.
Those ones turn into powder.
So
she's like, there's no romantics in here. That would be the 6,000-year-old skeletal remains, right? Definitely. But we just want to get into the comments here. Hey, Chadene has got fans.
Okay.
Like
we've
on
got
another level.
AD is the account username, and it says Kaz Live with a heart. I think it's your cousin.
Okay, hi AD, and thank you, Kaz Love.
What's up?
And then we've got Estelle Solomons. Does it sound familiar?
I think that's my mammy.
Hey, the mammy says that's my daughter.
How? Yeah, mom, doing the things.
Your mother. So, like, if this was like at those Eisteddfords at school or the concerts, your mother would be the one screaming, "That's my daughter!" Thank you so much to. Can we call her Auntie Estelle on here?
Of course.
Thank you, Auntie Estelle, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting this phenomenal woman here. And then we've got Sebastian Adams. Love from El Dorado Park.
Shout out
to Eldos. Pew, 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 pew.
Come
The
on.
main, the one and only. Then we've got, I think it's Sadia or Sadia Palmer.
Sadia Palmer.
Sadia Palmer.
Seetal Gandhi, yes.
She's giving you hearts. She's just like dropping hearts all
Proud
over
moments,
the place.
proud
here.
moments.
Thank you.
We've got Estelle, your mom saying, yep, Sadia. She's...
I just want to say thanks to my mother for, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Moms and dads.
Love to the parents,
Love to the mom and the dad.
parentals. Yeah. Madeleine is saying morning. Good morning, Madeleine.
Good morning.
And
Captain.
she's also saying that she is proud of you, Chadene.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate it.
Captain, is that like your captain that you work with? Oh.
No, it's a friend of mine that we are in college together.
Yes, shout out to Captain. And then we've got Jamie Hayes, which was our amazing guest of last week, saying such an
Jamie.
interesting listen. Thank you so much, Jamie. We've got Natasha Perry saying
Hi,
proud
Captain.
of you, girl.
Thank you, Captain.
Hey, you've just got the captains
the
on here.
people are coming
And I love that
through.
we're dropping women's names here. Hey, who run the
Thanks
world?
for coming
Girls.
through, guys.
And then we've got
Appreciate it.
Ethan saying Sir John High School. Yeah, boy,
Yes, representing, guys.
Hey, Jesse's
Shout
also
out.
our chef is also here. He's
Sir
also
John. Also
Sir John graduate
Alumni. But this alumni was
he was the master of winging it.
The winging it.
He says that his study method was winging it. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, well, Sir John was like kind of just winging it.
Hectic.
Well, you heard it.
Hectic.
9-9.
Okay, so we're going to go into a very interesting segment here that we have on our show before we get into that. So listen, did you have one of those where you like, your studies, was it in like sleepless nights, pulling a all-nighter,
24 hours,
that whole thing?
dungeon.
That's not me. I'm
Not you.
not
Okay,
that
cool.
type
So
of
you
person.
would you say
Wow.
then that you were into you consumed a lot of coffee in your life?
I don't drink coffee.
Hey man.
Hey,
Okay.
what do you drink?
Okay.
Tea, maybe?
I drink tea, yes.
Okay, you were
Okay.
tea girl. Okay, right. Unfortunately, our chef is not going to be
Cooking up a storm.
cooking up a storm, and he's not doing what you love. He is winging it. I see today.
You know what? I actually posted something this morning during class. I was attending a class, 3 a.m. in the morning, and
Hectic.
the light is off.
So you pull the all-nighters.
I pulled the all night. I've been pulling all nighters
So
since UJ days, you know.
Hey.
There was even a spot called the Dungeon
Yeah, man.
at UJ. It's the 24-hour library
Yes.
dedicated for students that want us to do all-nighters. But anyway, so this morning, the electricity was off, and I actually wanted a cup of tea or coffee. But I don't drink tea and coffee, so I'm with you on that one, Chadene.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
cool.
You know?
So Jesse is literally only, our chef Jezzo's only catering to my taste this morning because he's going to be showing us how to make, but I'll let him I'll give him the honors of doing it. Give it up for our chef Jezzo.
That is correct. It is your chef, Jezo. And on this segment of What's Cooking? Good Looking. Today, I am showing you how to make... Surprisingly, I thought you drink coffee. Do you know that? That's the reason why I done this. Because I thought early mornings, going to see weird things out there.
I love my sleep. If I drink coffee,
no.
There we go. There we go.
So I'm actually making E today. If you haven't caught it, it's coffee. Yes.
Okay, we've got it.
Yes.
Also, Jesse would pull all-nighters. He's got a youngin at home.
Yeah, no, I wasn't used to all-nighters. I used to pull all-dayers.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I used to be up all day and then sleep at night.
So
yes, now that I have a young man,
yes,
the roles have changed.
Yeah, the roles changed big time, eh?
Overnight. Excuse the pun.
Love it.
Now, but true. It's you know what? I never used to drink coffee.
But now,
yeah, I drink everything.
all day, every day.
Everything, girl, everything. Okay, so the main ingredient in coffee
is coffee.
Okay.
So we start off with the coffee.
We start with
Alright.
the E.
With the E.
Yeah.
The
It depends how
Corona
much.
E.
Some people like strong coffee. Some people like not so. When I was staying in Brazil, those people don't drink coffee.
What do they drink, bro?
I don't know why that is.
They
but
drink
it's not
poison.
Coffee. Yo. That is.
Is it strong?
Yeah.
So they drink.
They drink.
Acting.
They drink a buzz.
Now, but it's nice. It's very nice, but it's very strong.
Okay.
And it's basically like an espresso, shot glasses type of a thing.
I'm good.
So yeah, I'm a one coffee type of a guy.
Okay.
So okay, let's maybe two.
Yes.
I'm a 1 or 2 coffee type of a guy.
Okay.
Okay.
You are a toffee. We see your color.
Yes, girl.
Yes,
I'd like to
girl.
think of myself more caramel.
Caramel.
Okay.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely
Yes.
not fudge. Caramel.
Yeah. Okay. So. How
Such an
many
awesome
sugars do you
color.
take, Lee, since I'm making you this coffee?
Oh, you're making it for me.
Yeah, you
Lovely. I take one.
No, I wouldn't mind tasting your coffee this morning,
You know
Chef
what?
Jezo.
Okay, let's do it. But since how many do you take?
I'll have 2 sugars.
2 sugars. Okay, so we're going 3 sugars because we 1 and 2.
Okay. So you'd need.
So we
So
going
yeah,
to go-
you give the chef an instruction, but he still goes and he wings it, and
listen, you
he
don't tell
does
me.
his own thing. And that's the beauty of it, because
Yeah.
it actually tastes really nice when it's done, you know?
Oh, so
going
there's a
against the
method.
grain.
Look at that. You had to check that.
Yes,
you
so
must
the
be
method
busy.
is you don't just throw the sugar in.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get so nar for the people that just throw the sugar in. Then the coffee's on this one side, the sugar's on the other side. No, you need to just throw it all over
Hey.
so
Some of
they
it.
evenly spread, you know. I'm sure when you do your work, you don't just throw the bodies around.
No.
We work nicely here.
OCD.
Just a
It
little.
does take a long time to make coffee.
I do. And that's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
So I have my milk in here.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. I don't think
Is
you
it
can.
almond? What almond?
No, it's not. We
Almond.
don't work with it.
But
Almond
I
milk.
would like to know, where does the milk come from in the almond? Like, can
Yeah,
you
You
just
probably
ask
like,
the
oh,
question?
Oh.
Like,
So since I'm the chef, I'll answer that for you. It actually comes from the
Here we
itself,
go.
you see. So, how they get the almond milk is they usually just preserve stuff and then
Yeah.
the
The
things
what?
come so, and then and that's how almond milk
Wow.
is created.
Wow.
So
I think
I hope you
think
learned something.
You
new.
actually
thank
you
you.
crush the almond and you mix it and then you squeeze it and then there's like
Juice.
that comes out.
Out
but that
of a
thing
nut.
isn't very dry. For real.
For real.
So milk just comes
You
out.
know how they do it? Someone sucks it first.
Sheesh.
They suck it and then they squeeze it.
Yeah. Oh. We're not having coffee today.
That's always happens with our chef.
Can we just get a
Hey.
zoom shot there? You know,
This tends to
Hey.
happen now and then.
we
Is
just
that
love
when you
our
don't
chef
have your
because this is
your
what
coffee?
happens when you
This
wing
is
it.
why I bring more than I'm supposed to. You
Yeah,
see?
you're such
So we
a
just
clever
throw all
chef.
the rest out there on the table, and we start again.
Hey.
Okay, let's do it quick this time.
This-
Okay, we're going 2 coffees. Ian, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
3-hour shot of coffee.
3 sugars. Okay. Remember what I said, people that's watching? You just spread the sugar
All around. Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay. You know what?
Just throw it in.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, that can be for Eldrin. That's a lot of sugar.
No. That's
That's a lot
I
of
Those are
I'm
sharing.
tired now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because we're sharing. So you're not gonna have all the sugar.
He's
So
gonna
it's
have half of
You'll
one
have a
here,
portion.
one there.
Yeah,
you'll have a
like
portion
a-
of it.
You know, I had coffee this morning. I'm good. I'll stick to some water.
And then we're going to take our spoon. There's milk in here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gently going to take a teaspoon and drop a teaspoon.
wow.
1,
Unnecessary.
Teaspoons of
2,
Just throw it all in.
3 teaspoons of milk.
Okay.
Then we stir it.
Oh, I see.
Yo.
I actually used to make coffee like
Yeah.
this as well.
I know that
To
method.
get like the foamy.
Yes.
Yes, do you know what?
It's like cappuccino.
I learned this method from someone in the room actually.
Ooh.
Leandra Boyson.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she taught me this method actually.
So
you.
Well, she didn't
credit
teach
to
me.
you.
I saw her doing it the one day and I'm like, why is she doing this?
Yes.
And when I tasted the coffee afterward, I'm like, okay, I am going to do it this way.
I gave up that way because I drink a lot of coffee. Imagine the whole time.
It does get a lot, yeah. It does. So guys, you are going to stir your coffee.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to put too much milk in because then you're just making a shot of coffee basically. So you need to stir it.
Yeah.
And what happens is you'll start seeing it goes.
Shadene is like, what is this guy
Shadene is
doing?
confused. She's like, okay, where we going toward this? But the color you want to see, Shadene, is like a light brownish color.
So like a beige.
Like a
So now we know we're
something.
getting there
Yeah.
because it's very dark right now.
No,
But
girl.
it's gonna, I think it's gonna lighten up.
It's already there.
Oh, okay.
what
already
makes
there.
what changes the color? Do you
The
think?
sugar.
The sugar.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So what we are doing is we are fusing
Oh.
the two.
So this is a
Alright.
mixed
Yes,
a
they are
mixed
becoming
baby.
One.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Fusion.
Yes. So
Fusion.
we're basically marrying coffee and sugar.
Okay.
And they're becoming
Oh, I
one.
love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So
Hello.
that's
So
how
creative.
that's how it's. Shadene, I just want you to have a look at this.
Okay.
Okay.
It's almost like your eye color now.
Hey man. Aish.
I have to now take the glasses off to see.
Can you see?
Aish.
It's not that dark anymore.
Levels.
Yes, girl.
Levels, Shadene. There's levels on this. Okay.
Okay.
So how long
So-
does this process
Nice.
take?
We're done. We're done.
So
It
like
takes a
about
color.
say 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, no.
3 to 5 working
A lot
days.
of the time. No, girl. No. No. And then.
South African service.
Wow. Yeah, welcome to SA, people. Welcome to SA.
just
Where we
showed
even take long to make coffee.
For real. You just showed the proof of residence.
And I
Original copies, please.
And it must be certified.
Ay, oh.
I give up with you. Yo. Okay.
Can you certify Iris, just by the way?
Yes, I can.
Hey, thank
Can
you.
you?
Thank you. We
I
need
can.
certification.
Serious. I have a few
Wow.
things I'd like to certify there after the show. We'll have a chat.
Okay, not a problem.
Do I have to pay for it or?
The coffee also needs
No,
to be
it's
certified.
free?
Okay, so this is where the trick comes in now, Shadene. Where we were stirring, right?
Okay.
You would see it created like a young line here on top.
Okay.
So when I throw my milk,
Yes.
I want to throw it at that point. You see?
Sure.
So I'm just going to
Yo.
just till there.
Yes.
Till
yes.
there.
Yes.
Can you see that?
All right.
Yes, man. Then we are going to add our
Water.
water. I don't know
Yes.
if this water was boiled, producer. Was it boiled?
was boiled.
Okay. We add our water. After adding the water, we can stir it now. And just bringing now, I was going to say now, it was married, but now it had a side relationship with the water as well. You
Oh, you
So
see,
now-
this is the
see.
problem
So
with
this is the
third wheels.
problem. Just like SA. So,
Hectic. Yo, the views expressed in the following program are solely that of the individuals and do not reflect the views of the Inside Show.
I love that.
So we stir. I usually give it a good stir for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Wow.
Just to make sure
Aye.
everything.
Ayo.
Just to make sure everything.
Home affairs.
Just the day.
You know what?
Chadene is done.
Better than I've been going to the bank now for the last 4 days.
Yeah.
No
Why?
ways.
Because every time I go, they can't give me what I want. Yesterday I was there, I was about to get what I needed, and then the lights went off.
Yo.
Sorry, man. System is
Sorry,
offline.
bro.
Yo, and then he still has the nerve to say, all I had to do was press proceed.
Oh!
Yo.
So yeah.
She was.
Hey,
So
powerful.
this is, Chan, can we just have a look at this coffee? Man?
Let's
Wow.
zoom in there.
Just
Go closer.
Just don't let it, you know?
that came there.
Don't let it spill.
Wow.
How does that look?
Wow.
Shan, the perfect cup of coffee, people. Starbucks and all that places.
Go
they
sleep.
need to wait at the gate.
Guys, yes.
I was there the other day. It's not that great.
Our guest from last week says, loving the precision, Chef Jay. Hey! Precision here.
Okay.
Yo,
We'll
wow.
go over to Lee.
Yes.
I'll pour the coffee into some
Okay,
glasses.
cool.
And then, Chadene, are you going to taste the coffee?
Okay, I'll taste it.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're
Thank
such
you
a
for
sport,
such
Chadene.
a
Such a
sport.
sport.
course.
Thank you. Okay, Chadene, we've got some more comments coming in here. Aisha says,
My pin pop.
no, she
Like-
says, hey,
Oh.
Shades, boss up, my lady.
Hi, thank you.
And then she
Aisha.
says, my pin pop. That's what she says. AD is your cousin Nazli, I think.
Oh, Naz. Hi, Kaz. Thank you so
Yes.
much for the
She
support.
says, so proud of you guys. You're doing great.
Jeez.
Lots of lovies. We've got Goodness saying, thank you for representing us. Wow, super proud of you.
That's my fellow forensic anthropologist.
Oh,
Woo, shout out
shout
to
out.
Goodness.
Well done,
Pew, pew,
Goodness.
pew, pew, doing the most,
Hey,
doing the
big
most.
words,
We
big
thank
words.
you, we thank you. We've also got Madeleine saying, Chadene, I'm a coffee drinker, so look and learn.
Yes,
when I'm
girl.
going to Pretoria, I want coffee, ne?
You'll get it, man. No
Got
problem,
it,
girl.
got it.
But like this, not your way.
Exactly.
Obvious.
There's a process here, Chadene, please. And then Jamie Hayes says, looks amazing. Any drive-through facility? Chef Jess?
I'll be working on that will be in the
Come on.
pipeline.
Hey.
I'll let you know once
hey,
I'm
hey.
ready with that.
So, Chadene, tell us, pin pop, where does that nickname come from? Actually, you know, I didn't have a pin pop in a long time.
too, eh?
So,
So the nickname Pun Pop actually comes from school. We were in Sir John together.
Okay.
oh, okay.
It's Ashik's sister, Aisha.
Yes. I
So-
thought as much. I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
see you, girl. Shout out to you. Miss Pizzazz.
Miss Pizzazz.
So
Hey,
did you-
hey.
So, did you eat a pin pop every
No,
day?
it was either my birthday. Oh, it was her birthday, and I said to her, I'm gonna buy her a pack of Pin Pops for her birthday.
Okay.
And ever since then, the name
Wow.
just
So,
stuck.
so
and-
you were basically Mrs. Pin Pop. Oh.
No, we just. I don't know why did we just start calling each other. I just said I'll buy her a pack of Pin Pops,
And
and,
then-
it went
The
on
rest
from
is
there.
history.
Wow. Okay. Lovely.
So we want to get back into your story.
Yes, ma'am.
You already mentioned where it started, why you decided to go on that path, why you chose that career path. But what has the journey been like? Like, was it anything that you expected it to be? Also, these things that we see on TV, is that how it is? Our laws and orders, bones and that. Is that how it is?
Okay, so let's start with the journey. It's
Yes.
been an amazing journey. Lots of experiences, lots of, how can I say? There's a lot to learn in this field. And everything is not the same. It's not like you go into the office today and it's going to be the same thing. It's always a different thing every single day. Every case you deal with is always different, you
Yes.
understand? There are some that are very sensitive, some that are very interesting as well. And like when it comes to part of the shows, so like with the journey. So remember, we have, thank you very much, we have processes. And the different processes take different times. So now we encounter problems when it comes to the shows. So you do watch Bones or you watch CSI, and the entire thing is wrapped up in 45 minutes.
Yes, I'm like, why is our country not like that? Country, it's fiction, guys.
So now that's, you see, now that's what we see on TV.
Yes.
So now obviously that's your expectation in real life.
Yeah.
And now that becomes our problem, because now, where's our results? Where's our results? Why are we not getting our results? This is not TV. We cannot give you 45-minute results, you understand? So it does make the job a bit complicated, because people also don't understand the processes. And they also, a lot of religion and cultural beliefs make it much more difficult to do the job as well. Because, you know, with a lot of people, they want to bury, and they want to bury now.
Yes.
And it's not always possible to give them the results when they would like it. So it kind of puts pressure on us to do it in that manner. And it's not nice to be pressured. Dealing with a grieving family is very difficult.
Sure.
So, and trying to do your level best and giving the best results, and still trying to do it within time becomes very demanding and very difficult as well. But on the other hand, because so the section, it's headquarters, and then the one is in Western Cape. So we do the entire South Africa.
Sure.
So you can understand our caseload.
Yep.
So some things that people also don't understand is even like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but let me say it anyway. When it comes to the police, like it breaks my heart a lot when they say the police are useless, the police are not doing their work, they're not doing that. So just to sit back and think, right, you one police officer, right? You've got how many cases?
Sure.
It's quite a bit.
Right. So say for instance, I'm dealing with 10 cases. You come to me as a family. I know you're a grieving family member, and you want me to do your work. What about the other people? So
Sure.
you want me to act as if your case is the only case.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I must now leave everybody else's cases and
Attend to yours, basically.
you understand. So you can see why it becomes difficult, because we have so many cases on hand. Imagine, we are 4 anthropologists in our office doing the entire South Africa.
Are you serious?
I
Yes.
read that. I was going to get to that now, because I searched how many, and I saw 4. I'm like, wait, refresh. 4.
Yeah. So we 4 within SAPS.
Yes.
Right. So the others are in the university. So we mostly work, we go and collect the remains and go around the country. So we travel and all of that stuff. So you must know, it's traveling, it's collecting the remains, it's processing the remains, it's seeing to the families and all of that. So you telling me that it's possible to give you your answer within 45 minutes.
So then tell me something with regards to the, like you said, the university students or the universities doing what you are doing. Do you guys do like another level of?
So basically what we do is that we work hand in hand with the universities.
Okay.
So we outsource them as well.
Okay.
So we will do our analysis, and then the added ones that we cannot do. So we call it manky. So basically when it's still got tissue on it and it needs to be macerated. So when you macerate, basically what happens is you are taking off the skin off the bones in order for it to be boiled. And then once you boil it, you bleach it, you clean it, and then you can analyze it. Because you can't now analyze it when it's dirty.
Okay.
Because of all the harmful effects that the skin of the decomposing tissue and stuff have on it. So when we have such manky cases, so to say, we then outsource it to the university.
Oh, okay.
So we deal with the more cleaner cases, you understand.
Oh, okay.
So it becomes very difficult. So you understand why our caseloads and becomes more difficult to handle, because we've got such a big caseload. We understand people want their results, but
so
time frames, it doesn't allow it, you understand?
I can imagine. So take me through like a scenario, for instance, not a case specific scenario, but rather, let's say for instance, a tsunami happens and there's people left burnt on the beach. There was actually a one that happened not a few years ago where a tsunami happened. I forgot the country, but I saw that there was burnt remains of the citizens who were at the beach at the time, basically just lying on the beach there and waiting for guys such as yourself to come there and basically determine who they are, how long they've been there. So take me through like the story. What happens? Do you guys arrive first? Is it a police that goes in first?
Okay, so
what happens?
Basically, okay, can I maybe turn the scenario a little bit? Remember, what was that church in Nigeria?
Oh, yes, the one that was burned down.
No, the one
Bombed.
that collapsed.
Oh, yes. I can't remember the name of the church, but I know which story you're talking about.
I think TB Joshua.
Let me see.
Like
I'm actually not familiar,
I'll
but I heard about the
search for
story
it.
too.
So you see, in an instance like that, right?
Was it in 2014?
Yeah.
The Synagogue Church of All Nations. That's what it says here.
So basically what happened there is that the church collapsed, right? So you know, as the people...
TB Joshua Church.
Yes.
Yes, TB Joshua
so
Church.
the you know the people that went there, the families know that, okay, my mother, my father went there, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it now collapsed, and then now you've got the deceased, right? So then people would start now calling up to say that my family members were there and stuff like that. So then they would start getting head counts of the people who were there.
Okay.
And then once you get the head counts of the people who were there, the people now start giving their DNA.
The families of those.
Okay.
Right. So then from there, they would now match the DNA with all the different DNAs that they have. So they'll take the DNA from the deceased and they'll take the DNA from the family and see where it does match and where it doesn't match. So whoever matches wherever, they can give the family member their bodies.
I
back.
see.
Oh.
But now you must remember, when it comes to DNA, it's also very limited because you need either the mother, the father, or the children.
Sure.
You don't have that DNA. It's kind of, because now remember the relationship aunt and uncle is a bit further on. You understand?
Exactly.
And also sometimes with the father.
Yeah.
It becomes and you're like, whoops, not your
Sheesh.
daddy.
I can imagine, like me, working with dead people, or with these type of cases, I would never be able to do something like this. Lee, I don't know about you. Would you be able to do something like this?
Remember I said to you that when I used to watch these thingies, I thought that I would be able to. But when I hear your stories and I hear actually, it's more than just, I'm brave enough to go and check this out. And it's not about that. The humanity of it is what makes the big difference. And I do want you to touch on the mental issue a bit later. But I read this article, it was actually an extract from a journal in Science Direct, Forensic Scientists International Report. It was published in November 2019. And so the article title is Identification of the Deceased, Use of Forensic Anthropology at Cape Town's Busiest Medico-Legal Laboratory. And but this article, the abstract that I'm going to read for you now, this is what really shocked me. It says that South Africa is faced with a serious issue of unidentified human remains. Is this true?
Yes.
This is what we want to know. And I think that's why you were saying that it makes your work that much more difficult. That's why you can't do it in 45 minutes. You can't attend as much as you would love to.
all
you
the cases.
Cannot attend to, I come into you and I say, but my child has been missing for how long and whatever the case may be. And we've been coming in and out, but the situation is dire.
Yes.
So would you explain like the also on what Aldrin dealt with when he was speaking about how do you guys, the process and stuff like that, which you were getting into, but also just the severity of the situation in South Africa, not in what we see on TV.
Okay, so you need to understand that we have a lot of people in South Africa, and we have
Does the high crime rate also?
It does contribute because a lot of the bodies that we are processing in the mortuary are from people that have been found in the veld.
Sure.
So people that have been homeless, they've been laying there for a while. Then somebody will be walking through. What do you call this? Like the veld, and then they'll say, "Okay,
a national park or the veld, or."
And then they find a body there. So a lot of the bodies that we are finding is what do you call from the velds themselves. A lot of it also missing persons, because we deal with missing persons as well. Serial murders as well. So there is a lot. And I guess because we have a lot of undocumented people
yes,
within the country, it makes it a lot more difficult.
Sure.
Because then the rate of people is just increasing. So you bring them in, nobody comes forward, claims the body. We have to now try and find, but the problem is with finding the families, if nobody comes forward, it becomes difficult to identify.
Yes.
That's the problem that we also have with identification, is that so say for instance, they say there's a person that is a colored female, the age of 29, 30 years old, this height and whatever the case may be. A family will come forward, or a few families will come forward, a few families will come forward, and then they'll say, okay, they'll take the DNA and then try and match the DNA to see if it is that person.
Yeah.
But if now nobody comes forward, who do you match it against?
Sure.
Who do you claim it to? Who do you give it to? So a lot of these bodies go unknown. We can get the DNA of the deceased, but who are we comparing it to?
Yeah.
You understand? So a lot of these bodies are going to become pauper burials.
Sure.
So there's a big, we have a lot of unknown bodies.
Is there a time frame, like for instance, if a body has been unidentified for X amount of years, what happens to that body? Do you guys just keep it on the system, or?
So basically, because now policies and stuff are changing within the forensic pathology services, they would have, it's also mortuary dependent, they would have a time frame in which they would keep somebody as an unknown.
Okay.
And once they see, okay, nobody's coming forward, they would then pauper burial the body.
What does that mean, pauper burial?
So basically the state buries.
Okay.
So is
the
it like
body.
an actual burial, or does the body get burnt? Or
So it's an actual burial. So
Okay.
basically somebody would come and tender it out, and then they'll have like, it's not like proper coffins, it's like chipboard that they would put them in, and then they'll bury them like 3 or 4 on top of each other.
Sure.
I know there's a grave where Olifants there.
Olifantsfontein?
No, Olifants Vlei, I think, near
Okay.
Eldos. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That new cemetery there. So
Yes.
they usually pauper burial there.
Okay.
So what happens? So you all have a number, dedicated number to you. So like in some cases, maybe a family can come 20 years later and say, oh, I had a child that went missing, and this was the description, this, that, and then they would say, okay, we'll go back into our files, they'll go and check it, and then they'll say, okay, maybe it's this person. Then you must go to the grave, family the body back.
Okay, so we don't have much time left, but I do want to get into this because I do believe that it's a burning issue, and especially somebody who is thinking of going into the field of forensic anthropology. You know, we hear the good stuff, but we don't often hear the bad stuff. So, like pros and cons, if you could weigh it up for me, what would you say would be the pros and what is the cons? Especially when it comes to like mental health, because I can imagine that it does have an effect on you mentally.
Based on the things you work with and you see from a day to day.
I mean, you're human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are human, and we you know, death is not a thing that we were born to deal with.
Yes, we can't get used to it.
So you have to, as yourself, come up with coping mechanisms.
Sure.
Like personally for myself, like a lot of the times where I don't look at a face for too long.
Sure.
Because, you know, with face becomes association, attachment. So now you can't attach yourself to every single body that you come into, you understand? So that's kind of my coping mechanism. Another coping mechanism is not to open a body bag. And I'll tell you why, because this was the funniest story. So the one day we were busy processing a body, but I see this body, it's like moving. I'm like,
hey.
We're in the mortuary, what's going on here?
Sister.
So as I open, this rat jumps out, and I'm just like... jumping all over.
And I hate rats.
My colleagues there on the door, like, what's going on here? So like, I avoid that. I don't like. I enjoy the physical work in the
How
mortuary.
did that get there?
But remember, isn't rats attracted to
Yeah,
decomposing
stuff? So it was very funny, but like, those
in the moment it wasn't very funny.
No. Because, and I mean, you get exposed to pretty gruesome stuff. And I mean, when it comes to like children and women, you know, with the gender-based violence and stuff, like, it becomes very difficult.
Yes.
So there was actually one day that I stood there when I saw a child and I cried. Like, I know I'm not supposed to say such things, but hey, I'm human, you know, at the end of the day. And I do feel, I mean, it's a child. Because all you're sitting there is thinking, it's a child, they have a future, they had all this going for them, and now it's just been cut short, you understand?
Man,
and the gruesome manner in which it's done.
And it's done, you understand? So you have to train yourself to switch off from it. And also, you need to train yourself from work and personal. Because you cannot imagine you fell apart for everybody that you think you work with. And then you don't fall apart for your family member that passed away. So you have to
building it's almost like you build immunity to it. So you have to guard against that.
So you have to like switch off at work but switch on at home. You understand? So you need to find the balance.
And I guess it's easier said than done because there's no physical switch. But you need to, like you said, build coping mechanisms to do that.
Yes, you have to. Otherwise, you will inevitably lose it. You understand? But it's the rewards is far better than anything else. So like it replaces all the bad things that you see. You understand? Like so we would be in the mortuary and we'll make jokes, like you'll think we're crazy, that we're making jokes within it, but you have to, because it's such a morbid environment, you need to make life out of it, you understand? So, and people always think that we're weird, like, because, you know, when you're in a mortuary, you are starving. And you are hungry.
Eat.
No, you are hungry. And you can go, we leave the mortuary and go and eat. And people are like,
how do you,
and you like have the biggest appetite of a lifetime. So like you just have to learn to cope and not let the morbidness take you from in, you understand? You need to just push
now
through.
I need to congratulate you for the amount of the balance that you have in your life. And
one thing, debriefing is very important.
Debriefing.
Yes.
And how would you do that?
So usually at work we have a wellness psychologist that comes and debriefs the entire.
Okay.
And then I also take it upon myself to have my own psychologist, just to make sure that the wires are still connecting.
No,
Okay,
and like big shout out to you and
Just to
congratulations
take it
for
upon yourself,
keeping yourself together. And yeah, man,
Sure.
we well, I was speaking to Leandra earlier, and I said, surely God has designed everybody for a specific purpose.
Yes.
And I know that is not mine.
Yeah.
You know,
God gives
working
grace
with dead
for
people.
everyone. Eh?
Hallelujah, glory to God. You know, but shout out to you, man.
Thank
God
you,
bless you, and whatever you continue doing moving forward, I pray God be with you, and yeah.
Appreciate it, and thank you for inviting me, guys.
We
I really
appreciate you being
this
on here.
opportunity.
And you mentioned something so significant in the beginning, your reason. You must know your why with
Yes.
anything. And you knew your why. That's the reason why you could actually make it through all the negative things.
That's there's some days where you're like,
Why?
you walk into the mortuary and you're like, is this what I really chose to do? This
Wow.
is my job.
Yes, yes.
Like, no, man, it stinks.
Yeah.
Like, when you come out there, you are reeking. And the things that you see, it's not pleasant. But then you go back and you're like, this is the reason why I'm doing
Yes.
it. You understand? People need closure, and I know what it is not to have closure. So keep on keeping on, you understand?
No, honestly, we commend you, Chadene, and we thank you so much for your bravery. I know it's not the easiest thing to talk about something so, how can I put it, personal and emotional. And for a lot of people who are watching, who have lost loved ones, who also, like yourself in your experience, have not received closure. Many people are still, there's maybe people who are watching this now, family members who have died, and they do not have closure.
Yeah.
So we want to say thank you for your bravery. Thank you for also educating us, because I feel like it's necessary. Let us be more empathetic towards our fellow police, our officers and workers in the police force,
and the dead too, because they've got rights as well. Let
Definitely.
us not just
Wow.
think
discard
of
them.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
good.
Let's have
rights.
empathy towards them. Let's respect them. We just want to read some last comments here. It's from your mom. Well, we've got Abasha,
Abasha.
saying,
Abasha.
so proud of you, Kazo. Big ups.
Thank you, cousin. Thank you.
And then your mom was also saying, yeah, great interview. I love the personal angle. It's important to highlight the mental health issues. And that is what we need to do on this show. And this is what we love to do. So thank you so much for sharing your insights, Chadene. You were absolutely gravy.
Thank
Do you
you.
still
Always
go?
Gravy
Do you
train.
still go by that? That's
Yeah.
like Shadene's thing. It's her signature. Since I know her from way back when,
then.
it's
Okay.
gravy.
LG, life's gravy.
Yes, yes. Love
Always
it.
gravy, baby.
Any
Gravy in the
closing
Navy,
remarks from
baby.
you for maybe somebody out there who wants to pursue this career, or just a general viewer out there watching?
If you want to do it, make sure you have a stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's honestly a really rewarding job, and I would encourage anybody to do it if you would like to do it. Even in the other fields within the police, there's a lot of fields that you can go into. It's not just this specifically, and there's a lot of opportunities out there. And you know that there's more to life than just being ordinary. You for me, what pushes me every day is that I wasn't born to just be ordinary, to just be.
Yes.
No. So everybody, we need to just sit up and go and push forward, especially as the colored community. Like, it breaks my heart sometimes to think that you can just settle for what is.
Yes.
So let us be more than ordinary,
Love that.
More
Absolutely.
than ordinary.
Be more than ordinary. That's the words of Chadene August.
Augustus.
Yes, yes. Any closing remarks from you, Alden? How was that
Well.
coffee? Did you taste it?
Oh, shout out to
Very,
our
very
chef,
sweet.
Jesse.
Oh.
Very sweet, very
Sure.
nice. Thank you. And he had to give it to us during the show because it was going to eventually get
Get
cold.
cold. Yeah.
So big ups to you. This time you didn't wing it, man. You were thinking on the spot. But ladies and gentlemen,
Winging it.
What a show we had this morning, my man. I think I got newfound respect for the work that you do.
Yay.
And for everyone working in the mortuary, for the SAPs. Man, oh man, it really hit home. And I don't know. Like, I just have
You are at a loss for words.
I'm lost for words, you know. But thank you so much to everyone that joined us this morning.
Yes.
We told you that you're gonna have a jam-packed one, and it was gonna be exciting. And surely it was exciting. Thank you so much, Chadene Augustus. We really appreciate you coming through, sharing your knowledge,
so much,
and we can't wait to see what God will do in your life moving forward.
Yes.
Good things only. And I just want to say, I apologize if it does affect anybody going forward with this conversation. It's not even just speaking about it. Sometimes can affect you. So speak to somebody,
definitely,
or just let it out, you know. So it is dark and it is a bit heavy sometimes.
Yes.
So I don't want nobody to be affected because of what I've spoken about. Yeah.
Definitely, this is a content warning for you guys. That the content was a bit graphic, and especially the topic is a bit graphic. But like Chadene said, mental health is important, and she's a big advocate for mental health. So if you are struggling there, please do go out and seek help. And yeah, to grieving families out there also, please do go out, seek help. And that's it for the show today. We want to say thank you. It was a blast. We didn't even get to our game, but it's fine. Next time we'll get Chadene on here again.
They want me to do this game with one eye.
With one eye. Also, that's unfair, and we're not going to do it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, Wednesday, the Whensday Warm-Up. See ya.
See you guys. Bye-bye.